Hello, my name is Rick Greenwell and welcome to the MDOT Operational Academy. I've been with MDOT for over 42 years. We would like to show you some of the activities that we do out on the roadway.
Hi, I'm Joey Sagel, Deputy Administrator of the Maryland Department of Transportation's State Highway Administration. I'm an Operations Academy alum, class of 2009. While this year's Academy may be held online, it will still contain the hands-on approach to how we deploy Transportation Systems Management and Operations Strategies, or TSMO, even before it was cool to call it that. I've spent my entire career learning from others, as well as thousands of incidents out on our roads. Earlier in my career in the CHART program, that included hundreds of thousands of miles behind the wheel of our traffic incident management patrols and thousands of hours in our traffic operations centers managing incidents. One thing I can tell you is I might not have understood every aspect of the entire Operations Academy curriculum the minute that I graduated, but I have had dozens and dozens of aha moments as all of the components started coming together in operations for me along the way. Once what I didn't know, all of a sudden, it started making sense. Good luck to each and every one of you, and remember, you get out what you put into this program. Before we get started, I want you to hear more from the people out in the field executing the strategies you will be learning more about. Thank you for joining us. Talk to you soon.
The biggest thing is they don't know, they think they gotta pay you and all that. They don't. We are there to help, to get them out of a situation where their car might stay, but we can transport them to a safer location and they can deal with their vehicle later, which is a great safety issue.
Maryland State Police give us the okay. We use our push bumpers to push them off the side of the highway. It's made out of rubber. I've pushed trucks, pickup trucks, larger SUVs, cars, of course smaller cars.
No tractor trailers?
I pulled them before too.
I'm a Highway Operations Technician 4 for the Eastern Region for Maryland's Chart Division. Stare enough behind you. It's basically, we never put our eyes on what we're going to. We always watch from what's behind us and what's going to happen to us. So as soon as we get out of the truck, we're always looking behind us. We're trying to count the cars, count the seconds that we can get to cover, where we can go if something bad does happen. So that's something that goes through everybody's mind, every ERT, every supervisor, no matter what they are. I mean, as soon as you step out of the truck, you got to have this safe zone to run to or to hide to if something does happen. You got to be watching traffic, and that's something that I always make it a priority. So safety is the biggest thing.
That was March 4th, 2016. It was a very early morning, very early. A co-worker stopped out for a disabled that spun around and got into a ramp lane. He was down close to that, trooper behind him. I set my truck about 500 to 800 feet back from behind him. Put flares out, airboard, all lights on. Then I got walking in between half that distance, and next thing I know, I was slammed up against the Jersey wall. What was understood is I was raised up in the air about 2 feet and came back down. And I was pinned up against the wall. Luckily, minimum damage. Some road rash, concrete rash, and a broken foot. He hit my truck and he hit my coworker, and he hit a tow truck. So the guy totaled his vehicle. The people that were there were very helpful to get me out.
10-4, they're wrong. It takes a sound mind and an open mind to do this job. Some of it is good, some of it is real bad, and you just got to have that mindset to just push through the bad before you can get a job, because you got a job to do, because you're actually out there protecting other people. It might be a sad scene for one person, but you got other people out there doing their job, and you're the primary protector, so you got to keep your wits about yourself and do your job.
Hi, I'm Scott Yinger, Acting Director of our Coordinated Highways Action Response Team, or CHART. Since 1990, CHART has provided nearly 750,000 assists to motorists and responded to nearly 500,000 incidents on our highways and interstates. In 2019 alone, CHART handled over 142,000 events that saved nearly $1.4 billion in delay and user costs. For traffic and roadway monitoring, our operators are available to motorists 24/7 via pound 77 or a cell phone call. We deploy many tools that can do the job effectively. CHART utilizes the Maryland First 700 megahertz radio system, which is shared by all state agencies. Every truck has a mobile radio, and each driver has a portable radio for increased interoperability. Each CHART operator is also assigned a laptop, and every truck has a scanner, aero panel, message board, and other necessary tools and equipment. Every patrol truck is equipped with a mobile camera, of which the pan, tilt, and zoom is remotely controlled from a traffic management center. Video is of a frame per second quantity that multiple feeds are transmitted without overburdening available bandwidth. All video is fed to the Maryland State Police Coordination and Analysis Center, or MCAC, where it can be viewed on devices including our own cell phones. All video is real-time for situational awareness and is not recorded. CHART also supported the Maryland State Police with the procurement and training for accident reconstruction troopers to use drones for photogrammetric mapping of serious and fatal crash scenes. While these incidents are few in comparison, they cause lane closures for long periods of time. We believe the use of the drones will reduce lane closure time caused by these extensive investigations by up to 75%. We also operate more than 300 speed detectors, and there are more than 950 closed circuit television cameras that are owned by, partially owned by, or viewed by our personnel. When we respond to severe weather, we have more than 50 roadway weather stations that are linked to Virginia, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania, and another 50 mobile weather stations. Our traffic management includes more than 3,000 traffic signals statewide, freeway incident traffic management plans, special event management, and work zone traffic management. More than 36 agencies in more than 91 operation centers utilize CHART in some way, whether it be transportation management, law enforcement, highway maintenance, emergency operations, information shares, or device maintenance. In short, technology is a big part of what we do. Now let's take a look at what assets we're deploying in the field.
Our new radio system is the Maryland First system. It allows us the capability to talk from one end of the state to the other, and it's so clear it sounds like you're standing next to the person. Our old radio system could barely talk county to county. This is a statewide system. It also gives us interoperability with our partner agencies that we can communicate with real time. They all have video cameras, so we can see what's going on at incident scenes. They have full 360-degree pan, tilt, zoom capability, so we can see or have a 360-degree view of any scene or incident we're on. We can see roadway conditions. With the cameras on our trucks, it allows us to have a real-time view of any incident our drivers respond to, and it's also important for their safety because they don't have to constantly call stuff in. We can see firsthand what's going on. One of the most innovative things we've done is kind of combine all three of the trucks into one. We have a heavy-duty utility that can haul all the supplies that a CRV does, and we have a hideaway tow stinger under the back, so it can be a tow truck as well as a supply vehicle. Currently we have 3 of the heavy-duty utilities with the hideaway stinger. We've tested them, decided they meet our needs, they work very well, and we've just ordered 3 more that are expected to be built and delivered early of 2021.
The priority of CHART operations is incident response to ensure safe, quick clearance of any disruptions to the surface transportation system. Roadways by importance are interstates, then federal highways, then Maryland roadways. CHART strives to shave seconds and minutes off each of the 6 TIM timeline segments: detection, verification, response, roadway clearance, incident clearance, and time to return to normal flow. Each of these segments are documented for performance measurement by the University of Maryland School of Engineering Center for Advanced Transportation Technology Lab, or CAT Lab. CHART patrols operate in 4 regions, including Baltimore and National Capital Regions. CHART proactively patrols over 2.1 million miles each year. Our trucks are approved emergency response vehicles and authorized to operate with red flashing lights and siren. Internal policy authorizes emergency response only when navigating through slowed or stopped traffic to a verified lane blocking incident. Our response trucks are generally F-350s and 450s, with the majority of the fleet being tow trucks, then utility trucks with wheel lifts and custom response vehicles, which we use as large supply trucks. We find that wheel lifts are the preferred option to relocate vehicles from the roadway to the nearest point of safety where they can be recovered. Both our TMC and patrol operations are guided by a concept of operations and standard operating procedures. To enhance our traffic incident management capabilities, we partner with the Maryland State Police by funding a full-time MSP SHA liaison. Additionally, a Maryland State Trooper is co-located in our statewide operations center during peak hours of traffic Monday through Friday, and also during winter weather and other special events. CHART provides funding for the Maryland State Police to procure motorcycles for their use to better navigate to lane blocking incidents. CHART also provides traffic management for major events that occur across the state. Events such as NFL football games at FedEx Field and M&T Bank Stadium, as well as air shows, the Big Ten football at University of Maryland, as well as presidential motorcades and the presidential inauguration.
Let's talk about the future. next generation traffic management centers and systems, the future of highway automation, and the future of vehicle to everything communication. Do we still have a ways to go to get to this? Yes. Do we still have plenty to do to still get with traditional transportation and conventional traffic management, incident management information and traffic management? Absolutely. It's a balanced approach that is absolutely needed right now as we look at the next few years of transportation projects and deployment strategies. In Maryland, for example, we're looking at a system of systems to these approaches. If we know that a particular area has a freeway and arterial congestion and safety problem, let's tackle it all at once. Let's look at a geometric improvement on the interstate that includes extended ramps or hard shoulder running, as well as ramp metering in that area. But let's also take a look at the arterial that the ramp is exiting into and see what CCTV additions, signal optimization, and traffic management strategies we can employ at the same time. This strategy can reveal that we may have a need for fiber optic rings that need completed in the geographical area, and that might need to be completed as well for this work. We might as well add the technology along with the strategy and the ITS tools in the toolbox at the same time. With this, we are now investing into a project that sprinkles 6 or 7 solutions into one particular geographical area that now has a combined system of systems that solves a congestion and safety problem. As we break into our workshops, I'm looking forward to exchanging ideas with you about how we can make things better out on the road. I hope you enjoy this year's Operations Academy.
Thank you for coming and watching the presentation on what we do here in MDOT out on the roadway. I hope you take away from this some learning and some safety tips, and just make sure your people be safe out on the road. Thank you for coming, and be safe as you go.